What up, what up, what up, man? It's your boy, Pastor Lee, back with another video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Cash App Soulbearer29. PayPal Suicide H29. Alright, man, let's do it. So, you remember Jeffrey Epstein, right? He got in trouble for the sex trafficking of young girls. He got the Jeffrey Epstein Island and stuff like that. Remember that? Alright, so you remember how he ended up in jail. Then he ended up committing suicide inside of his cell. Allegedly. You remember that too, right? Okay, fine. Well, now we're back with you know, his associates. So we got one associate right here named Jean Luc Brunel. Now, Jean Luc Brunel is a French model agent who was connected with Jeffrey Epstein. He already been in trouble out of the U.S. You know, he's been in trouble for, you know, messing with 15-year-olds, and you know, they said he raped them and he got in trouble. He was later let out. Then they end up bringing him back. So yeah, he's right up that alley doing the same type of thing. You know, model agencies, it's definitely easy to lure women in when you're a modeling agency, especially at a young age as well. So they saying that he was part of, he was doing his own little trafficking thing with women, and they tying him. You know, like, well, Jeffrey Epstein, you. So he had to be in jail. He was waiting his trial. And he ended up, you know, same way as Epstein. He died the exact same way they said Epstein died. Now, I want you to sit back and just think about this. Two major players in the entertainment industry. One in modeling. Okay, and Epstein is who he is. They both get brought up on similar charges or close to exact same charges, both basically. Then they both die the same way in jail. Is it guilt? Because a lot of people believe that is guilt. Is it guilt? Or is it, I just can't believe it's injustice? Because in this article I read for Jean Luc Brunel, when you get towards the bottom, it says, oh no, we don't believe that he killed himself. I think it was like his family member or something like that. It's either his family member or somebody representing him. That was not representing, but speaking on his behalf. That was part of his family or something like that. They said, oh no, it wasn't because of guilt. It was because of injustice. So some people that rock with him, and it's part of his friends and family, said that they believe he killed himself for injustice, not because of guilt. Okay. Now we definitely seen or heard stories how individuals cannot cope with being falsely accused. We definitely heard and seen some stories like that. And sometimes when they get out for being falsely accused for whatever it is, they're not the same. It's very hard to cope with society of today. We're going to pause that right there. If you ever heard of a individuals that come out of the service, if you ever seen any documentaries or any videos of them telling you how the trauma eats at them from the war, watching people get exploded, watch some of their friends get their leg and their head and their arm shot off, blow up, explosion. It's a lot of those individuals that can never be normal in society again. It hunts them. So they end up drinking themselves. popping a lot of pills. Or they might just do theyself. Some people that entered the service couldn't even believe some of the stuff they had to see. It's one thing to hear about it. It's one thing to go through it. The way a lot of these amputees and, disabled veterans get treated for good old America. Good old America, right? Y'all want to stay. Y'all get mad at Kaepernick and other people who want to stand up. And y'all get upset. Because you don't understand the things that go on behind this flag. Huh? You really believe this stuff. No matter how much evidence come out and show you that's not what it is. It's false. It's about the ego. It's really not about saving the country. You guys go against people who actually let you know that it's bull crap. Everyday life. The news show you that it ain't about saving the country at all. But you'll get upset at them anyway because you don't want to process and deprogram and reprogram yourself. I just had to say that because, it's a lot of wild things are going in this world, man. It's a lot. A lot of people they don't even want to, they know, but they don't want to know. They heard, but they don't want to see. Because it's not a pretty sight. Some of us have, heard that there's people who can tell you what your future is. But you got people out there say, hell no, I don't want to know my future. Leave me alone. They don't want to know what's ahead. And I have no problem with that. I understand that. But you always remember, man. You want to get to the bottom of things before you make a final decision. In some instances, depending on who's part of the investigation, who's part of the putting the case together or information, you might not never get to it. A lot of people over the years have been speculating and wondering, is Hollywood or entertainment world as evil as people say? No matter how many people come out, the masses is trained to call them crazy and not listen to their story. You have people who get paid to run those stories so people can hate them without even knowing if it's facts or not. So many people have came out with these stories about certain individuals in Hollywood, certain directors, certain actors, certain model agencies. Oh, we're talking about a... Wait, what? So model agencies have been put on blast over the years. Directors have been put on blast. Actors, singers, rappers. And what are we talking about right now? A French model agent. When do we start listening to those people outcries? When? When do we start listening to all those people outcries? Oh, we're programmed to just laugh at them. Huh? Yeah. He's crazy. She crazy. Yeah. But maybe they was programmed to be like that. Did we ever realize that maybe R. Kelly was programmed to be like that? Maybe he really not that person, but maybe he was just programmed to be like that. We ain't never think about that because we just want to say, he wrong, he's sick, he crazy. But maybe his whole environment was that. R. Kelly made a song letting you know he was molested at a young age. And we all know most people who be molested, it messes them up. Even though he told you that, you guys didn't want to listen. It's a lot of y'all who just throw it under the rug. He guilty. Get him. See? R. Kelly told you what was going on. They has him driving him crazy. Who probably, I'm not giving them no pass, but it has something to do with what he's doing to those women. A woman violated him. To get revenge, he will violate women. Doesn't that make sense? When you hear stories of people being violated, what do they tell you? They basically, if they don't go into deep depression or commit suicide or fix themselves, they seek revenge. They seek revenge. So maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying R. Kelly is right for any of this, but sometimes we just need to get to the bottom of it. Maybe R. Kelly just seeking revenge, man. He doesn't mean to seek revenge on all the women, but if a woman violated him, then the only way to get back, if he can't get back at that woman, is to what? Seek revenge on the women creature. How many of your friends, family members, co-workers have told you, since they've been cheated on, they're just going to violate the opposite sex just because? Oh, we heard that plenty of times, haven't we? Maybe that's what's going on with R. Kelly. Oh, no, since the media don't tell you to think like that, then maybe you're just not going to think like that, huh? It's easy to call somebody crazy. It's easy to call somebody psychotic and throw him in jail, throw the key away. It's easy to say that. But let's get to the bottom of it. Let's find out why he really did some of those things. We don't know if he did everything, but we definitely know he did some of it. So let's see why did he do it? Isn't that a better story than just saying he's crazy and lock him up and throw away the key? It's obvious he had help. He couldn't do it by himself. So aren't those people wild too? Well, they took the money, but why do they want to help violate kids? Why? There's a reason for this stuff. I think that'll make a more interesting story to understand what is the process. Why do you want to do this? Maybe they'll say they don't know. Just like, what is that, 60 Minutes? You know how 60 Minutes have those shows, I believe, with those inmates who committed those crazy, wild crimes. And you get to sit there and listen to them tell you how they grew up, what happened, and how they came to the point where they in jail for all those years. Sometimes we just need to listen to the person that's being accused and charged. I'm not saying that they all tell the truth, but at least you can try to get some understanding, because most of the ones on 60 Minutes, they ain't got nothing but time. They locked up for a long time, maybe even life. So they get to tell you what happened in that situation and how it happened and why it happened. That makes a great story, man. But America is good for just throwing people away and saying next and ha 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 ha, and you clearly forget about, hey, maybe that person is really not, maybe that person is innocent. Maybe this person is not guilty as they say they is. America is good for tricking you like that. America's good for tricking you, making you believe this and believe that, and then you don't even want to look into it. You whatever, yeah, they sick, throw them away. And then you find out later down the road, 5, 10, 15 years later, that they lied about a whole bunch of shit. They added this, took this out. They didn't want to let you submit this evidence or take, you know what I'm saying, or added some shit that had nothing to do with it. The masses. Yeah, I know the masses, man. Social media show you how the masses think. And the people at the top are so happy that their plan is working beautifully. That the masses is doing exactly what they want them to do. Got quite a few, bad apples out here. who start to figure out what's going on. But the masses is right on track, isn't they? So if Jeff Epstein get charged and had to go to trial and most likely was going to lose, so he ended his life, then his homie, who's a French model agent, getting charged and accused for the same type of crimes. And now he's dead too. He's ready to trial, then he died. What do you think is going on here? Huh? Think it's a coincidence? If these were black men, do you think at 1 minute that they would let this slide like this? They're going to bring up the whole history of negativity on those men. Where is the whole list of negativity for Jeff Epstein? Whereas it is for this man. No, they're going to talk about the allegations or the charges, but once you just run down the whole family thing, again, they're not running that in the media 24 hours a day. But they did that to Bill Cosby. They did it to R. Kelly and so on and so forth. Huh? See, you see what's going on? So, when it comes to this, what's his name? Jean Luc, was that Bronson? Let me see. What's his name again? Jean Luc Brunel. When it comes to this guy right here, maybe all those stories, these Disney kids and TV show kids that turn adults, maybe everything they told you is true, isn't it? But y'all don't like listening because America told you to laugh at those kids. Instead of listening and standing up for those kids, told you to laugh at them. So it's not far-fetched that some of these Disney stars is messing with, getting accused of messing with younger girls. Because maybe that's the atmosphere. You ever think about that? Instead of attacking the kids that's getting, that young guy from That's So Raven. Oh yeah, he getting accused of that too. And now you have another a younger black TV star. He had to plead guilty to this. Not sex trafficking, but, soliciting and tricking and young boys or girls. I forgot which one he did. I think his was young boys. Maybe that's the atmosphere all this time. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who goes through Disney experienced this or, it's put under that environment. Maybe everybody doesn't get that because, you have rappers and singers and entertainers who say, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Now, they lying or they telling the truth. We don't know. But maybe we got to start looking at the environment, the work environment. At work, it can be a lot of sexual harassment going on, you brother, right? When I started working where I worked 12 years ago, there was a lot of touchy-feely going on. It was a lot of touchy-feely going on where I worked. Then a guy comes and work there and he see everybody else doing it. Now you gotta understand, I didn't play that game because nobody finna trick me out of my money. But females let whoever they want touchy-feely. So it was a lot of people doing touchy-feely out there, from the cooks to the bosses and all of that. So this young guy can't come there, and he sees it, so he wants to do it. And she filed sexual harassment on his ass. See? Maybe it is the environment. Something is going on. And when these children turn adults, tell us what happened, why are we not taking it serious? Why are we programmed to leave these individuals who turn adults and they tell us the horror stories they had on the casting couch, this, that, and the third, that we don't come to their defense and we don't cancel and we don't start standing up and picket signs